This is Isaiah Cassidy. I'm Mark Quinn, and we're Private Party.
And you're listening to the All Elite Podcast.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode number 48 of the All Elite Podcast, your AEW Dynamite preview and prediction show, or the pre-show right here on the No Holds Barred Network, your source for all wrestling podcast content and more. I'm your host and CEO of the network himself, the self-proclaimed greatest host, Kyle Masters, always joined here on the podcast on the network with my co-host. She is the executive vice president of Giggles, the Heartbreak Chick herself, and the queen of the indies, Tiffany.
What is going on? I'm hyped.
Hyped for some Dynamite. Dynamite pre-show here, guys, as we do here in the All Elite Podcast. Changed up the layout a little bit there, just kind of added the little logo, and we're here doing preview and predictions for the show. Interesting show this week with five huge matches. This is a big week for Dynamite this week, and we're already in the third week. We're going to talk about that. We're going to have some Being the Elite review this episode. We have a little bit of around the AEW world. We'll talk about AEW Dark that for the episode 2 that premiered yesterday on YouTube. I caught it today, and we got a lot to talk about. And then we'll end off, with Being the Elite review. Cannot wait for that. And when we'll go through every match for tomorrow in Philadelphia for AEW Dynamite and give you guys our predictions and preview for the show. So if you're new to the All Elite Podcast, welcome. It's where myself and Tiff do this each and every single week. We give you the reviews of the Dynamite shows as well. So it's like you're getting 2 doses of AEP per week with myself and Tiff. And then we also do pay-per-view predictions, pay-per-view reviews. And we're going to be doing that going forward here on this podcast. Is myself and Tiff are going to be at StarCast. We have some news on that, especially that pertains to myself and Tiff that we'll go through later. But here, Dynamite, third week, Tiff, and God, it's crazy. I would think that this whole week leading into this week, everyone would be talking about what's like. We're having a big show tomorrow for Dynamite. Everyone would be talking about that. The last week, all I've heard of and people talking was Janela and Omega from AEW Dark yesterday, and literally leading up to it, from the people that were there that were posting videos on Twitter up until yesterday's premiere, it sent shockwaves to the point where there were so many people watching live on YouTube yesterday. It was nuts. So I'm loving what they're doing with AEW Dark. I'm loving that it means something. The wins and losses on AEW Dark actually count, which is a good thing. And they will lead to some storylines as well. So I'm loving that they're putting a lot of effort into the dark matches for them to mean something and for people to tune into, rather than, it's just the dark matches, I don't have to tune into that. Whatever, it is what it is.
Unless it's a sanctioned match, which they talked about last night as well.
Mm-hmm. Unless it's unsanctioned, which...
But it protects Janela.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love Joey Janela. But, he's like, I guess it's the best way to protect him so he doesn't take that loss.
Yeah,
another loss. It
was an interesting type of match, folks, which we'll get into as well when we get to around the AEW world. But we are going to preview and predict AEW Philadelphia for this week in the city of brotherly love. But I mean, we don't have a brotherhood though, Tiff. It's weird. Like, if I said we have a brotherhood, like, are you offended if you say that? If I say that?
No.
Okay, you're my brother.
Oh God.
See what I mean? There you go. You just said, oh God.
Okay,
no, I don't be offended. Okay, you're my brother. Oh God. Wow.
Well, shit.
I see ya. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
All right, Indie Queen.
Sit.
Listen, what is that? What does that
Bite.
say? Bite me. What does this bite me? It's very Halloweeny of you.
Well.
Ha, Halloweeny. That's interesting. Got to be festive, I guess.
Hell yeah.
Anywho, AEW Philly, folks, happening tomorrow night. Showtime 7:30. Doors open at 6:30 if you're going to be at the Liakuras Center. I don't know.
Tomorrow. Tonight.
Tonight. God,
Like,
another
wait a
world here.
minute.
Tonight at Temple University, the Liakuras Center.
Wait a minute, like we gotta get off the air soon because we need to watch this. But
Liakuras Center. Tonight, AEW Philadelphia, City of Brotherly Love. And we'll kick things off by talking about the Women's Championship match between Riho and Britt Baker, DMD. So very interesting matchup here. We knew that the title was going to be defended. We knew this when they first announced the Philly show, that the first title defense for the Women's Championship was going to be here. The AEW World title was going to be on the line. So it was a big show. AEW Philly is a big show. Another big show, third weekend, with Riho going up against Britt Baker. Very interesting matchup. We saw last week in the AEW where it was the dark match last week between Riho and Britt Baker actually teamed up with each other to face Bea Priestley and Penelope Ford. So this one's an interesting matchup here. The significance here, huge, obviously, with Britt Baker. Sorry, freaking nose is itchy. From Philadelphia, going to Britsburg, as she calls it. Or no, what am I talking about?
wow,
oh,
you
man.
need a coffee or something.
I need something. I'm off today. I am so off.
Go get some cheesesteaks in Philly. That's what it's all about.
This doesn't look good because my head's not right, and I'm like sniffing my nose right now, so people are going to think the worst right now. I don't even think the worst, people. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm getting a cold. I don't know what's going on. It's the season, though, for the cold season, so get your flu shot. Anywho, Riho, Britt Baker, title. Rihu, as Tiff would like to say. Rihu.
those nicknames.
Championship match here in Philly. I'm looking forward to this. Should be a good match. I mentioned this on last week's show as well. This would be a very interesting match if the title were to change hands here, if Riho was a placeholder. A lot of people don't think so. A lot of people think, maybe we give it to Riho to build her up. Obviously, Britt Baker is not really that well known prior to AEW. Yeah, she's done her indie stuff, but she wasn't really a big name. So it's not like putting the title on Britt Baker is really, building an older star. It's building a newer star as well. And then everyone I think thought Britt Baker was going to be the first champion to begin with.
Right.
So this would be an interesting turnaround if they were to drop the title here. But I think Bea Priestley is going to get involved in some way here because I think they're continuing this little feud between those two. They're very, very heated. We saw at the end of AEW Dark that even Bea Priestley went after Britt Baker after the match, and it took Aubrey and Riho to separate. And there's still a lot of beef between those two, but I think she's going to get involved somehow. I know that AEW doesn't like doing stuff like that, but just to continue this, I think it'd be tough for Britt Baker to take the L here.
Right.
Like a clean L, unless Bea cost her the match.
Maybe she gets counted out or something. Still,
they do one of those spots where the refs knocked out. And
what about something really crazy? It's probably not going to happen, but really crazy that Bea Priestley gets added as a three-way match.
Oh, that'd be interesting. I mean, it's a left field pick, but I like left. Oh, well, I just shook everything. It looked like an earthquake happened. I like left field picks. And that's a good one.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably not going to happen, but it would be kind of cool for it to happen.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. I like that. But let us know what you guys think down in the comments and down in the live chat right now, who you got coming into this match, Riho or Britt Baker. Who's walking out with the championship? Will Riho retain or Rihu retained? Or Britt Baker, DMD, is she winning the championship for the first time? It'd be interesting. But I know Bea Priestley is going to be a factor in this match 100%.
Yeah, do you think she'll be on like commentary? Maybe because like Britt Baker
Yeah.
was on commentary as well.
Yeah, she'll be on commentary, I think, and she's gonna maybe eventually run into the match near the end or something. Something's gonna happen here. There's no way Riho beats Britt Baker clean. I can't see it. I can't.
Why not? I mean, you want to build her as this amazing champion, so it would be good to.
Don't you think they need more than one strong person in AEW though, with a strong record? I think you need competition.
Shouldn't have to give up the title that quickly either. We just got crowned.
It'd be a big win for Riho. It would continue her momentum. She's defeated some big names already, so
she needs that momentum because we all thought Nyla Jax. Oh my God, wow! See, I was watching freaking what's it called? Wow. Okay, Nyla Rose.
I mean, I won't because I've been rough already this episode, so I'm not bringing out the bell just yet.
It's been a rough week for both me and Kyle, I'll tell you that. So it's been a really rough week if you guys been following me on Twitter. But yeah, so Rihu, because I love doing that now, because that's like the new nickname for her, Rihu. I know it's Riho, so don't think that like I'm doing it on like that. I don't know. I do
attack
know.
her on social media.
It's actually Riho.
Hey, look, we like to shoot the shit over here, so that's really what it's all about. So it's all clean fun. But yeah, I don't think Britt Baker's gonna take the title. We're gonna continue this feud with her and be a Priestley, and I think that's gonna go to Full Gear. I think that's what you and I are gonna see at Full Gear.
I'm excited, so excited. Next match announced for tomorrow night or tomorrow. I keep saying tomorrow. Why did I say tomorrow night? Why did I say tomorrow? I'm living in yesterday still. Tonight we have another first round matchup in the World Tag Team Championship tournament. I'm very excited for this match, and that is the Lucha Brothers versus Jurassic Express. Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus.
Before you even go into this, because they were saying into the chat that Luchasaurus, he got pulled out of this, and he's getting replaced with Marco because there's a hamstring issue.
No.
This was by the PW Insider. So that kind of sucks.
That screws up someone's bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think I had them winning too. So that sucks. If it's a serious hamstring injury and he's being pulled, it's Marco's stunt. That's another huge. That would be a massive upset. There's no way Marco stunt in Jungle Boy. I don't think they do that twice. I don't think they do the big upset twice. I think if it's the case in Marco stunts wrestling, Lucha Brothers win. That's gonna be a weird match. Marco's good, but he requires a lot of help from the other side to make things look good. And I know the Lucha Brothers are the type of person to do it, but to me, Lucha Brothers are not those people.
See, I'm going to disagree with you with that because I've seen Marco plenty in the indie scene, and he's absolutely amazing. So I disagree with you on that.
It just, from what I've seen AEW, it's been the other side making him look good. Like, it's been a lot of help from, like, when he went up against SCU. It was a lot of SCU doing stuff to take the bump. And against the Lucha Brothers of all teams, that's a very, very tough picking them over the Lucha Brothers. I'm gonna go with this. If Luchasaurus is able to somehow fight through the pain and was able to do this match, I'd say Jungle Express somehow does it. If not, the Lucha Brothers for sure 100% move on. And I would love to see a Lucha Brothers and Private Party semifinals.
Take my money. Now,
that's
take it.
That could be a direction they would go into. So
that's what I'm hoping for because I really want to see this.
I think either way it'd be a good match. Like even if Luchasaurus wasn't hurt and they end up winning, a Jungle Express and Private Party semifinal is a really, really good matchup as well.
Right.
So, it's going to be interesting to see what happens tonight with Luchasaurus' predicament, with the reports out there of his hamstring injury. And if Marco Stunt's in there, that's going to be very, very tough to see, but I'm going to stick with Lucha Brothers if it's Marco Stunt. If it's not, I'm going to pick Jungle Express.
I'm going with Lucha Brothers here. As much as I'm probably crushing a lot of people, you need... It's hard. This is the thing. This is what I like. Is that we can't see what we're gonna get here. I know Jungle Express is going to be a fan favorite here. So, I mean, you're right. Either way this goes, I want to see them up against my boys.
I think Philly's going to appreciate both these teams. This is a hard team to cheer against. These are two hard teams to cheer against.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're both amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm looking forward to this match even without Luchasaurus in it.
Oh, it's so tough. I can't. If Marco's stunned, man, that'd be that'd be very, very tough for them to win. But man, Lucha Brothers and Private Party the semifinals, like that's gonna be an insane match.
I'm popping the bubbly.
Yeah, a bit of the bubbly.
Bubbly with my boys. I'm still predicting Private Party at SCU.
SCU. And speaking of SCU, our boys SoCal Uncensored. We'll talk about the other World Tag Team Championship Tournament first round matchup. We have SoCal Uncensored SCU versus the Best Friends, and interesting. Doesn't look like we're gonna get any OC with the Best Friends, as if anyone watched Being the Elite this week, we had a little thing that happened, which we'll get into later. But SCU is Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels facing off against Trent Beretta and Chuck Taylor in the Best Friends.
Oh, it's just Trent now.
Just Trent.
It's just Trent now.
Yeah. Or Greg. Or call him Greg. Since he was tweeted a bunch.
Yes.
And people were using Greg instead. Anyways, this is an interesting matchup because I want to know if Scorpio Sky is going to be out there ringside, and if he is, I could see the whole Orange Cassidy thing being just a segment in BT, and he's actually going to be there, and then him and Orange Cassidy and Scorpio are going to get into something. Alyssa Husband's member,
two,
Cassidy, two, and Trent Beretta.
Today, guys, like
Anywho.
Anywho.
Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels, interesting bunch. They still look pretty good, obviously, them being at their age. This should be a good matchup. Again, it's going to come down to if Scorpio Sky is going to be at ringside. I believe Orange Cassidy will show up. If not, maybe they're going to go ahead with that segment. We'll see some more Best Friends and OC in future BTEs. This should be a good matchup. This is a very tough one because the winner of this will go against the first round by Dark Order, who I think are going all the way to the finals. So in this terms, we're picking the team to win this match but go on to lose. You know what I mean?
Like well, yeah. Well, if we're going by my theory, then yes. So,
so this is going to be very tough. I'm going to pick the Best Friends here. I think Best Friends are going to come out on top over SCU.
Brad's happy for you.
I just, from what I've seen with Being the Elite this week, I know like SCU also had a segment. I just got my gut's telling me it's screaming Best Friends are going to end up winning, and the crowd's going to be very behind those two. And Orange Cassidy's going to show up and help, maybe with the distraction of maybe Scorpio Sky is just distracting the refs and not helping, Best Friends come out on top, and they're trying to help their team, and then Orange Cassidy's going to come out, and then it's going to lead to the Best Friends winning. I can see them winning, but I think they're the team to be okay taking an L against the Dark Order going forward. Cause I know 100% Dark Order is going to the finals, so I'm picking the Best Friends. So let us know down in the chat. Let us know down in the comments if you're listening back to this. Who are you picking between SCU or the Best Friends, or who did you pick by the time you see this? So
I'm still going with SCU, even though I would love Best Friends to win. I don't know. I still like my prediction of Private. I've been saying this for weeks now. Private Party, SCU, because I think we're gonna get one of the new teams taking these belts, and I think SCU is the perfect team. I mean, Private Party's over. It doesn't matter. But I think it's the best way to put them over. But I don't know. It's either way, anyway, in this tournament. I mean, it's just gonna be good. Like any direction, whoever wins.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be good. I love seeing all these new matches. So, yeah, I'm still sticking with SCU. SCU. Everybody say SCU in the chat.
Yes, give us an SCU in the chat.
SCU.
Make sure you just hold the U key and just let it go.
I didn't want to be that loud, but fuck it, right?
Yeah.
SCU.
Oh God. Mayor's gonna be like, "What's wrong with this girl?"
Like,
Anyway, so we have another match. This is an interesting matchup here. Very interesting matchup. I don't know how this is gonna go down or what the outcome's gonna be. This just screams kind of like a shit show. But we have Kenny Omega and Hangman Page teaming up with each other to face Jon Moxley and Pac, which is an odd team because last week we got the interaction with obviously Omega coming out to face Moxley and throwing him the barbed wire baseball bat, and he had the barbed wire broomstick, and then Pac attacked Omega from behind with the chair, and then Moxley just stood and stared down Pac, and then Pac ran away. There's a little bit of a weird stare down between those two. I don't know how they're going to get along together in a tag team. I can kind of see them not being able to work together. Like they're both going to like, there's going to be a moment for a tag, and they're not going to help each other. They're just going to keep getting into the match. You know what I mean? Something like that. I can't see Moxley and Pac working together. It's weird.
It's weird because I feel like this should be like a number one contenders match for up against Jericho. But I guess it could be like that slow build towards it. I like that we just don't know what we're gonna get out of this.
Yeah.
And it's Metal said in the chat, we like shit shows.
Yeah.
So he's absolutely right because this is just gonna go.
It's two feuds. It's basically two different feuds teaming up and facing each other. So like obviously Kenny Omega, Moxley, and Pac and Hangman have their history, but Pac's got himself involved between Moxley and Omega. Hangman's kind of the odd man out here. And we've seen even on Being the Elite that the Young Bucks are calling him out for not helping out. So I don't know what's going to go down. It should be a good matchup, though. 4 incredible competitors all in a tag team match. And we know how much their emphasis on tag team wrestling is. This is sure to be a very, very good match. So we'll see what comes out of it. Again, like Metal says in chat, we love shit shows. It's going to be a shit show. I don't think I can't pick a winner because I think something's going to happen to cause a DQ in this match. Whether it's Jake Hager coming after Hangman and Page after last week. I don't know if they're going to be continuing that. Or something's going to happen to the point there's going to be a double count out. This screams like it's not going to end in a victory for a team. Or if it does, there's going to be just brawling going on right directly after the match. So if I had to pick a winner, if I'm going to go ahead and pick a winner, if it's going to come down to a pinfall or submission, I'm going to pick Omega and Hangman to come out on top, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm going the other way.
Moxley Pac, yeah. I see that too.
The other way because I feel like, just like Margaret said in the chat, that you already see like the tension with Hangman Page with the Being the Elite.
Yeah.
You know, so, I mean, the Elite, but yeah.
Oh, okay, I know what you're saying now. Ooh, you know what? I changed my pick.
See? Come to the dark side. Yeah, I think that we're gonna get more. Like we're gonna build more with Hangman Page, and I feel like he's gonna be like pushed out of the Elite.
Ooh, and maybe we'll get a darker side to Hangman. That'll be interesting.
I mean, I still love the concept that I just want him to turn heel.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
I think that'll be a big moment. That's like a pay-per-view. That's like a pay-per-view payoff type of moment. Yeah.
Something crazy, and then.
Yeah.
And then Marty's girl shows up, and my friends are dead.
He kicks him out of the Elite.
Something with Hangman Page, they start their own thing. Like, ooh, I just got excited.
Yeah. Okay, all right. And then we'll talk about the main event. It's Darby All In or Darby Allin. I'd like to say All In. It's just because it's all, you know what I mean, all in, right?
Unintended.
Chris Jericho, and he's bringing back the Painmaker. The Painmaker, Chris Jericho, made famous in New Japan Pro Wrestling. It is going to be the AEW World Championship match. Darby getting a title shot, which is very interesting. This will be a Philly street fight. So going into Darby's element and going into the Painmaker, Chris Jericho's element here. So definitely going to be interesting how this is going to unfold. Street fight, anything goes. So expect some interference for sure. Obviously, Darby not coming out with it. This would be very shocking if Darby comes out with the championship here, and I don't think it's something they want to do right away, especially with AEW coming off the bats. As much as I love Darby so far, not going to win the championship that early. They're building still Chris Jericho and Cody Rhodes for Full Gear. Going to be interesting to see what happens and how they play this match, because it's too obvious that Jericho is going to win this match. Yeah. So I'm intrigued to see what they do for us and to help us like this match even more, because it's tough going into a match when you know for sure what the outcome's going to be. So you're going into it with the impression and with the expectations of what the match is going to give us. Obviously, we're going to have a good match between Jericho and Darby. Going to be two interesting styles clashing there again. But with the hardcore aspect of it, we've seen how crazy Darby can be. Chris Jericho can go to that dark place as well. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the match itself, regardless of the outcome. So
it's going to be great. Darby is over. Didn't I tell you, Kyle, when he got signed?
Yeah.
We go all the way back.
You did. I'm not saying anything against that. Don't easy.
I'm just saying.
Take her easy.
If you guys been watching us for a while, you know how excited I was when Darby got signed. So, and I'm so excited that he is so over, and it's just, he's the guy, he's hungry. I mean, I love it. I love that they're pushing the new guys, and, he's this, I mean, Jericho's taking this, but I love the fact that we're pushing Darby here. I love it.
Someone made aware in the chat, I think this is good for Darby as well. Jericho is going to help put Darby over as well. Regardless of Jericho going to be winning this match for sure tonight, he's going to do a very good job. We know Jericho has done a good job of doing this in the past, and he's a very good person to do it, being the head guy in AEW, the person that everyone looks to, and the guy trend-setting AEW. He's going to make Darby Allin look good and get more eyes on Darby, and Darby is shaping up to be a big part of the future of AEW. Obviously, we know with our interview with Rick Knox, him telling us that AEW is going to be pushing a lot of newer stars and helping a lot of newer stars get over. This is going to be one of those times and one of those matches where Jericho is going to win the match for sure, but he's not going to let Darby get demolished the whole match. He's going to help put him over a lot in this match. So I'm excited for that as well, and for Darby to get a chance here. A big opportunity here to get a title shot this early in his young AEW career. So,
right.
Can't wait. Cannot wait.
No, only an hour and a half away.
Yeah, we're getting there. Other than that, guys, should be a good night. Those are the 5 announced matches. Hope you guys have fun watching AEW Philadelphia tonight. Going to be awesome. Before we go anywhere else, make sure you are following the All Elite podcast on the correct social media links. They're all located down below in the YouTube portion of it. Just go down to the description portion, click the link, All Elite Podcast on Facebook, All Elite Pod on Instagram, and All Elite Pod on Twitter. You can also follow myself at Real Kyle Masters and my co-host at Loves to Dream 82. And most importantly, because we are so close, we are dangerously close to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. If you're heading over to YouTube, youtube.com/NHBWR, give us a subscribe and hit the bell icon while you're at it for all upload notifications. We are so close, guys, to 1,000. Help us reach our goal. And I'm giving away a Cody Rhodes Funko Pop. That's right.
Pop.
Right here.
I like how you
guys
said
on screen. Pop. Right here. This beautiful
accent.
Cody Rhodes, New Japan Pro Wrestling Funko Pop. Very, very cool one. The American Nightmare. As you can see there, he's got his green attire. And on the back, it's one of 2 in the set between him and the cleaner Kenny Omega. Very, very cool Funko Pop if you're a Funko Pop collector. If we do get to 1,000 subscribers, I have put out a tweet on the No Holds Barred Network at NHB Network. All you have to do is screenshot yourself subscribing to the No Holds Barred Network, and you'll be automatically entered to win that free Funko Pop. So we're giving away. Once we hit 1,000, I will do the draw live on this channel as well. So do your best, guys. Do that. Share us. Do whatever you have to do. Get us to our goal of 1,000 subscribers. If you're listening to us on the go, thank you for taking us on the go. And if you guys don't know, AEP is available everywhere for everyone on Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, CastBox, iHeartRadio, and Player FM. Wherever you're getting your podcasts, you can find the All Elite Podcast. All you have to do is search up the No Holds Barred Network, and you will find us and other podcasts on the network. Also having a t-shirt store that's coming soon. Very, very soon. I'm almost done, guys. Bear with me as I finish that. It's going to be really cool. T-shirt store, just like AEW is a t-shirt company. We're a t-shirt podcast. We're just an AEW t-shirt podcast. That's all we are. I'm kidding. Joking.
Anything. Damn.
How about we get to around the AEW world?
Let's do it.
Shall we, guys? If you guys don't know, this is where myself and Tiff go around what's going on, what's happening in the AEW world. Yeah, the flag back there.
I've got some news today, huh?
First off, before we get anywhere, a very, very happy elite birthday to the one, the only, the cleaner, Kenny Omega. And Tiff, I know you love that Fortnite birthday song, so I have it playing in the background for y'all. And so happy birthday to the cleaner himself, Kenny Omega, and have a happy elite birthday, Mr. Kenny. And good luck against Jon Moxley in your future upcoming match. So.
That'll said this damn t-shirt podcast.
Yes. That damn t-shirt. These damn t-shirt podcasts. How come you're not talking about Monday Night Raw? Anywho. Something interesting happened this morning on Hangman's Instagram story. If you guys are following Hangman on Instagram, you can follow us too. But on his story this morning, something very interesting happens. I'm going to play the clip for you guys, and if you guys are watching on YouTube, you guys get to see it as well. So here we go. Let's see what's going on in the elite world.
Hey guys, what happened? Over here at City Hall, near City Hall. Friends might be getting arrested.
Okay. So I guess they were flying their drone, the being the elite drone.
It's Brandon.
And Brandon got in trouble. Shame. Free Cutler.
Hashtag Free Cutler. Are we looking
Free Cutler.
Are we looking to start another hashtag with Brandon Cutler to pick up?
But Cutler was doing some Cutler footage, which is a hashtag he uses. And I don't want to gloat from us, but just want to say we started that. Anyways, you see there he got in trouble. They got in trouble. I guess they were probably filming something for being the elite. And obviously it's tough with drones. I know here in my city, especially Niagara Falls, you can't fly drones anywhere in the region here. Like you can't fly your drone. People have attempted to fly their drones into the falls to get that crazy footage, but that's not allowed here. So it's in some cities, there's going to be stuff like that. So obviously that's kind of funny. We saw that Cutler getting in trouble from the blue and white.
Oh boy.
For flying that footage. Hopefully everything got sorted out.
I'm sure it did.
Yeah. They did announce another city. Looks like they're staying in Texas on December 18th. They're going to Corpus Christi, of all places, going to the American Bank Center Arena in Corpus Christi, Texas on December 18th. Tickets on sale this Friday, the 18th of October at noon Eastern time. Tickets start at $20 on AEWTix.com. So, staying in Texas in the month of December. Yes. Also around the AEW world, how about we talk about AEW Dark? We'll talk about that and how crazy it was last week, Tiff. Or yesterday, but technically last week.
Okay.
Right. I hate having to wait till Tuesday.
I know.
It happens and you're like, damn, I got to wait till Tuesday to see AEW Dark. They should put it like a Saturday. Like Saturday morning, they should load it. Have like a Saturday morning cart. Like you get up in your pajamas and you get your AEW hoodie on and you slide to the couch with your bowl of, I'm not done, with your bowl of cereal, and your choice of fruit, whatever fruit you choose to use in your daily breakfast, routine. You sit on the couch, you turn the TV on, and you put the app on of YouTube, and you get on over and you watch some AEW Dark on a Saturday morning, right? I'm not bite me. This the bite me sign on screen here. Yeah, I might not right though. Wouldn't you love Saturday morning cartoon AEW Dark? but not cartoon. I'm just mean like you wake up Saturday morning, you know.
Something
For you
on-
9-to-5ers out there, Monday to Friday, that'd be beautiful, right?
I don't know. I've been enjoying it on Tuesdays. It gives me something to watch on Tuesdays. I like it.
So this week we had 3 matches for AEW Dark. So we'll talk about the first one, the opening one, and this was pretty cool. I love the graphics for this. We had Sonny Kiss versus List of Husbands member Kip Sabian and Peter Avalon.
God. Are you having fun? You're a mess.
Anyways, we had a triple threat match open up, which was pretty interesting, dynamic. We know the history between Sonny Kiss and Peter Avalon with their Fight for the Fallen match. That's where Sonny Kiss got her first victory in AEW. Peter Avalon's been on a decline. It looks like he might be that person to put people over kind of thing. He opened up the triple threat match in his entrance by coming out and cutting a promo on Boston and making fun of Boston, and didn't go so well with the crowd and leave a base just like, oh no, please don't do that kind of thing. And they kind of awkwardly ended it with Leva grabbing the mic and saying I'm sorry and kind of leaving the ring. But Kip Sabian's entrance hit. He came out. I'm excited. I like Kip Sabian. I like his dynamic. I hope they do a lot of good things with him in the future. He's definitely a good piece of talent to have. And Sonny Kiss, we all know about Sonny Kiss and what he brings to the table. So
I love Kip Sabian's face when Sonny Kiss
when he does the splits on the top of the row. He's like, damn.
Like, it was the best.
You're like, damn, like, whoa, okay, all right. So this was an interesting triple threat match. It was very interesting, Tiff. I was intrigued about it, especially at the beginning. But before the show even started, I forgot to mention Tony Schiavone was in the back with the Bucks. And Coney was like, man, well, guys, like, I'm not on Dynamite tonight. What's going on? And the Bucks were like, oh, no, it's all right, Kenny. You went through a glass table last week, so, we kind of figured to give you the night off. And he's like, well, I kind of booked myself into AEW Dark this week. And it's a lights-out unsanctioned match with Joey Janela.
Yes.
I was like, come on, man. He's crazy. He's trying to build up for Moxley, so it's a good way to do it. But as for this match, it was pretty interesting. Peter Avalon was taken out early by the other two, being a goon. Sabian does he eventually does this outside spot. You can see he kind of landed awkwardly on his finger, and apparently he broke it.
No, he dislocated it.
Dislocated it, which sucks. You see him trying to put it back in place. Oh, cringe. I hate when people try to do that. I'm not.
Yeah, I know it's rough.
I'm not a person to watch do that. I'm not.
You saw the EMT guy came over, like checked him and stuff, and he kudos to that guy on Twitter yesterday. So
yeah, he's the ringside physician. That's what they're called. Yeah. He got looked at. But I can't. It's just it's so like ugh. I hate when people do that. I can't watch it. Anyways, eventually Kip hits the Deathly Hollows at the end of the match while Sonny was thrown out to the outside, and he picks up the victory. So Kip Sabian with a big win here. Decent match. It didn't make Sonny look bad as he was thrown out to the outside. Peter Avalon's now 0-3 in AEW, which sucks to be him. Big win for Kip.
Good. I hate it. We need more Peter Avalon. Like, I loved him in Wrestle Circus. He's just I hate this gimmick for him. I'm sorry.
He hates the gimmick, and he keeps living up to it. It's like he's confused. He's very confused. And
but I'm
I
not
think
liking
that's Leva's
it. I
fault.
want to heal him. Like, I want Wrestle Circus Peter Avalon. But yeah, and Sonny Kiss looked amazing.
Yeah.
So
we had then had Dark Order, and I guess in Helico and Jack Evans have a name. They're called Hybrid 2.
They need to change
whatever, man. Hybrid 2. I know I think that's the point. They're horrible, ugly green. It makes you hate them even more, even because they're so arrogant. I think that's the point.
Like it.
That's the point. That's the point.
I can't get behind it.
Exactly.
But I like heels. I love them, and I just cannot get behind. And I know, I know, Margaret, you're in the chat. I know you love them, and like, I can't. Like,
it's very awkward. Anyways,
and match was all over the place.
This was a very hard to track type of match, folks. The one thing they pointed out in the beginning of the match where I thought was pretty cool, they mentioned on commentary that Shima and Angelico both were trained by the same person, and it was Ultimo Dragon. I remember Ultimo Dragon back in WWE back in the day. They mentioned that both those guys were trained by him, so that was pretty cool. But again, very interesting match. A lot was going on, tons of spots everywhere. Really hard to keep up track. Yeah. And a team of Dark Order and Hybrid 2 get the win. Really wasn't a fan of this match.
Yeah,
it threw me off. The crowd was really dead for it as well. I don't blame them. So yeah, that's that.
What did you guys think of this? I thought it was all over the match. I wasn't excited.
Me either. To be honest, me either.
It's too much. Like 8. It's way too much. I mean, if I
get
too much
going on, like
tag team, but it's too much. Like
it's tough with 8-man matchups.
Yeah. So
anyway, so we'll move on. This is a pretty cool segment that looks like they're going to continue to do on AEW Dark called Undesirable and Undeniable with Cody Rhodes, and this week's guest star is Aubrey Edwards, the referee. Cool interview segment to get to know the roster a little bit more. I'm presuming, copying our idea. Anywho, this week we learned more about Aubrey Edwards, the female ref. She's only been doing this for 2 years, which is cool to know. This is interesting. So she goes over having her shot with WWE back, and I think this was back when they were doing the Mae Young Classic, and they're trying to get more female referees. She goes on about her four cases that she had with WWE, the 4 trials, I guess you can say. And they were basically like lollygagging her along, saying, "Oh yeah, like we'll let you know," kind of thing, and not teaching her what she's doing wrong or not giving her any advice whatsoever. And after 4 attempts, they were basically just like, "Well, you're not what we're looking for. Have a good night," without even telling her what she did wrong or anything that she can improve on to better her craft. They just said, "No, you're not what we're looking for. Bye." That was like, I'm like, really? It just goes to show you guys more, these people that defend this company, what goes on actually behind the scenes. And I'm not saying you don't have to love WWE. I'm just saying you see why we hate some of the stuff from that company. And this is a key example right there. Like, how do you do that to the girl? She's only been in the business for 2 years, and she's trying to learn to be a better referee. And when you give her 4 tryout attempts without giving her any constructive criticism at all, even to that point, like, that's rude. And then they're going over that, and even Cody throwing a shot saying, well, that's not the company that actually does that, so it's too bad for you. And they bring up the undeniable moment and ask her, like, what's an undeniable moment for you? And she says she loves the moment when she gets to hold up the championship belt and the crowd just erupts and goes nuts. She said that's her favorite moment about being a referee.
That was great being there too.
Mm-hmm. And she also goes over like the fact that, yeah, it's a job and I'm making money for, my family and stuff. But she says she has fun doing it. Then that's also an important fact that she loves in her job, that she has fun and has a blast doing it. So it was a pretty cool segment. I love this whole thing that they're doing, and I hope they continue it going forward. It kind of seems like they are. So I had this main event match. I was going to write notes for it, and it was tough to write notes for this match. Just telling you that. So we had a Kenny Omega versus Joey Janela dark match main event. It was unsanctioned, lights out. Justin Roberts mentioned that, as soon as the lights go out, AEW has no control over this match. Everything that goes inside is not not us. It's just a unsanctioned, no rules, no nothing, lights out match, winner by pinfall or submission. That's it. Oh my God. This was nuts. And I could see why people were screaming, and I was sitting there going, "Oh, I haven't watched it yet." And all week we were like, "This is like a 5-star match," and all this stuff. And
it's a match we needed.
Okay, I'm going to tone it down a little bit. I wouldn't say that was a 5-star match. I've seen better Kenny Omega matches that may have been close to a 5-star, I'd say 4.5-star, hardcore, unsanctioned type of match. But if we're talking match quality, no way it was 5 stars.
Oh, it was great.
It was a shit show with some wrestling in it, which I appreciated, but it was nuts. Like, there were so many hardcore spots, and I'm going like, how are these guys even walking out of this building after from spots where they set up the table upside down. I've never seen that before. I don't know. You might have seen it through the indies, Tiff. I've never seen a spot where they take the table and it's flipped up on the metal side and they actually went through that part.
Oh, yeah.
Never seen that.
Yeah, I've seen it all.
I'm like, God, that must hurt. There was even like where like Janela threw Omega into the ladder, and I'm like, his back of his head just smacked the edge of the ladder. I'm going like, oh my God.
I think
If I could quote Joey Styles, oh my God.
It's like GCW all over again. Merry Christmas. No, it's and I've seen Janela go through like crazy matches here in the indie scene.
And I know they're bringing Taz back for this week's AEW Dark.
Yeah.
I wish they brought back Joey Styles for the actual TV taping. Like for the main event, they sub out like Tony Schiavone and Excalibur for Joey Styles. Like that'd be awesome. I hope that's a surprise. I hope that's a surprise.
Ray just said in the chat, it was Kenny getting a GCW/CZW match.
Oh man, it was nuts.
Nailed it, yeah. Absolutely.
As for the wrestling, it was really good. I'll give him that. Like I really, really enjoyed it. I love the whole ending where Kenny gave Janela that Death Valley driver on like the edges of the chair, and then gave the V trigger through his head through a chair, and then One Wing Angel him through a chair, and it was just an incredible end sequence with Kenny picking up the victory, which is huge because wins and losses matter in AEW. But
yeah,
this was not counted, and I'm like, oh, Kenny.
But it was such a great match.
It's a good way. I think the purpose of this match, folks, if you guys wanted to get it and why this was even done. It's Kenny preparing himself for Jon Moxley because Jon Moxley is in that world right now. He's that crazy SOB gonna take you to the limits, and basically it's Kenny trying to bring that world into Jon Moxley because he's not expecting that type. You know what? Jon Moxley is expecting the best wrestler in the world, Kenny Omega, to keep everything in the ring kind of thing. But now Kenny's changing up the game and saying, no, I'm gonna bring your world to you, and I'm gonna show you how good I am in that world. So that's what I think he's doing. So
it's so good. It's so good.
So good. It was really cool. I had a really fun time watching AEW Dark this week. It should be just as good this week. I'm excited because Taz will be commentating. I'm excited to see if Taz is shed off some rust. I know he's been podcasting, but hasn't commentated in a long time. We'll see how that goes. But that's basically it for around the AEW world. Just want to give a quick shout out, guys, to our friends These Wolves for letting us use the song Dead to Me, the official theme song of the All Elite podcast. Guys, go follow them on Facebook at facebook.com/These Wolves, out on Twitter at @these_wolves, and on Instagram at @these_wolves. And make sure you go subscribe to them on YouTube, on Spotify, and Google Play Music. Go listen to them, guys. Great band, and letting us use the song Dead to Me, the official theme song of the All Elite podcast. Yeah. Yeah. So, Tiffany, without further ado, let's get into some Being the Elite review. Oh, yes, it's time, folks. And you can see there, as always, our AEW fan or AWP fan base getting ready to watch our Being the Elite review. We have the number one fan there with his friends. We have the guy with the red MJF scarf and the guy with the AEP t-shirt right there, all getting excited to watch our review because our reviews are by far the best BT reviews on the market today. And you get it for free.
Yeah, by the way, Ray did say in the chat, I thought you brought it up real quick, that Kenny hitting the Moxley finisher.
That's right. I forgot that. He did hit Moxley's, quote-unquote, Dean Ambrose type lariat off the ropes when he hangs in the middle ropes and comes back. And then he hit the double arm DDT, or the paradigm shift on Joey Janela throwing a shot at Jon Moxley. That was pretty cool as well. Being Elite review.
Yes, let's
Elite.
go.
The Elite. So, very interesting episode. Lots of stuff on this week's episode. Lots of stuff. It's episode 174, named Glass Coffee Table.
Yes.
Love the beginning. So we know with Being the Elite, they love throwing their WWE shots, and we got one right in the beginning. We started off with our pal Rick Knox, who we interviewed here on the podcast, so go check that out. Awesome interview, as well as Brandon Cutler and Maria Ling. All those are live on the channel right now. Kenny was complaining about the no DQ last week, and he's like, come on, man, Moxley came out there as a mid-match. Why didn't you DQ, man? Like, what the hell's going on here? And then Knox is like, man, I'm trying to kind of lighten up a bit here. I've been told I'm kind of stuck up, so I'm just, trying to lighten up. And then Kenny brings up, like, how wins and losses count in this, and he says this federation. and his record's not looking so good right now, and he needs a little bit of help. And then he walks away, and then he's like, Knox just goes, man, he's like, nobody wants a main event to end in a DQ.
Yes.
Pew, 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 pew.
I love
Straight
it.
shots to Hell in the Cell. I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's a shot that people can appreciate because that was a horrible ending, and even the WWE fans hated the ending to Hell in the Cell. So, as an appreciated shot. Right. And we got the Young Bucks outside of Boston, the Boston Arena. They talk about their private party match and how they're ready for it. They've studied film, they said, and then they said that even the Uber took them to the wrong hotel, so they just said, just drop us off at the arena. We're okay. And then right at the end of this, Nick just looks to Matt and goes, man, where's your shirt?
I love how he's so serious about it.
Then we moved on to SVU in the locker room. Scorpio Sky didn't bring his tape. God, this happens to me all the time in the locker rooms in hockey. And then Chris Vann's like, oh, no, I got you, man. I got you. He reaches down. And when and then he comes up, all you hear is Kazarian go, yeah, Julia.
Well, that comes from, like, the last week.
And they get scared and they jump off the...
I love it.
I was laughing so hard at this part. I had to pause because I write notes for being elite. I had to pause this and laugh. I was laughing so hard. I was dying. Was not expecting that.
Oh, man.
And then Karen's like, yeah, because I forgot mine too. Can I have some? Oh, it was funny. So this was an interesting part of being elite. I like this next part. So they're in catering. It's like a high school cafeteria type of moment here. Knox is trying to sit at the table, and then she tries to sit next to Private Party, and Private like, nah, man, seats reserved. And then your boy Isaiah there, and then he tries to bring in a chair next to Nyla, and Nyla's like, you ain't sitting here. So then he gets all sad and goes and sits in the corner of the alone table, like the losers table, and then they pan over back to Nyla, and Nyla goes, man, he's way too uptight. And then they go back to Knox, and he's like, maybe I do need to lighten up a bit here. And I'm like, oh, poor Rick Knox. Sad face.
A little bit of, like, the catering shot.
Yeah. The best part about this whole thing, I don't know if anyone caught it, was MJF through this whole thing. Because he walked in the first shot, and I thought he was going to say something, and he didn't, and it went back to Rick. And right at the end, if anyone goes back and watches, look in the back corner. He's, like, half hiding behind the wall, trying to stay out of the shots. I don't know what he was doing, but I was watching going, what the hell is he doing?
Probably didn't know that they were filming, and he was trying to stay out of it.
It was funny, whatever it was. Then we get the best friends and Orange Cassidy in the locker room, and then Trent is asking the OC for some spray tans. You got both your husbands here. And then Orange Cassidy just doesn't say anything. Chucky T comes in. He throws Trent some tights. Like, man, look at this. I got tights for us next week. I'm prepared. I'm pumped for the tournament. Red, white, and blue. That's Philly brotherly love. Chuck's like, is that even the... Or Trent's like, is that even the colors? Like red, white, and blue? And then Chuck's like, yeah, like Philly brotherly love. Red, white, and blue. I don't even know if that's the colors. I don't know. Canadian. I don't know if that's a thing. Then they ask Orange Cassidy, like, what he's going to wear. And he just stands up and goes, I'm not coming. He leaves the room. I'm like, what do you mean you're not coming?
I love him so much. Oh, man.
He's funny. I don't know why people have a problem with him. He's hilarious.
And then he stays in character. Like, when we go to Starcast Kyle, like, he stays in character. You're going to love it. I mean, don't get me wrong.
So you're telling me if I go up to him and go, what's up? He'll be like, good.
Yeah, he'll just say, like, one word or, like, nod his head. Like, I've talked to him in the indie scenes way before AEW. So he's really a nice guy. But he stays in character. I'm telling you.
That's funny.
He's amazing.
That's good. Then we had the Young Bucks in their locker room before their match with Private Party warming up. Nick brings up the shirt thing again. And then Matt's like, oh, man, the Delta Airlines, they had my one bag. They lost it, and the shirt was in it. And it's like, Nick gets pissed. He goes, man, I knew they would. And he rolls over to his hanging thing on the hook. And he's like, I brought an extra shirt for you, Matt. He brings up, he goes, hey, where's your scarf too? And he's like, I brought an extra scarf because I knew it too. And then, and then you can tell Nick's getting pissed here. He's like, come on, man, you're supposed to be wearing the top selling merch. And then this part I stop and laugh at too. Oh, he's like a knock on the wall, and Cody sticks his head in and goes, I'm back. It's Brittany, bitch.
It's Brittany, bitch. Like, I lost my shit with this scene. I was like, wow. I was like, you know what's funny? Like, he was like laughing a little bit, and like it just
you could tell
worked.
he could only hold half it in.
But it worked for this whole skit. I think that's what made it even more better.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, so good. And then Cody is on Nick's side saying about all the best-selling merch. He's like, how about I give you guys a home run pitch here about another product, and it's the Young Bucks money tie. Matt just looks so much more unimpressed, and he's trying to put it on Matt, and he's like singing his own little tune to it, and he's having trouble like putting on the tie, and he finally gets it. He's got the shirt on.
Like, I have a hard time putting ties on other people.
He's got the shirt on and the scarf and the tie.
But, you know, I also like the fact that they brought up, like, I'm going to mark out a little bit because I'm from New York, and they were talking about Master P buying House of Glory.
Yeah, they brought that up.
House of Glory guys, but.
Yeah, big things in House of Glory with that. That's huge for House of Glory. And he believes that House of Glory could be one of the top, like, wrestling companies out there. So for him to buy it and put a lot of money into it, big, huge things are coming to House of Glory, folks. So. And we saw the huge names that come out of there. Young Bucks, Private Party. Like, there's a lot of people that come out of there. Leroy Green, your boy Anthony Gangone. A lot of good people have come out of House of Glory, so it's a big step for them.
Ray's in the chat. Ray was on our channel, too, so shout out to him.
Social media guy for House of Glory. He was a guest star in one of our episodes. So we had some Cutler footage. Hashtag Cutler footage. Started by us, just saying. From AEW Dynamite in Boston last week, mostly of the match between the Young Bucks and Private Party. I like the Cutler footage. He gets some good footage, that guy. And I love the beginning of it, like the pyro going off and Tony Schiavone jumping a couple of times and getting startled, and then JR like going into it. I love that. We had a small segment here where Peter Avalon leave at base. I'm like, what was going on here? At the end of it, I'm like, what? Like, Peter's drinking his tea, and then Leva comes in feeling all American and inspirational and does the whole American Revolution thing, bringing up the obviously it has to do with the Boston Tea Party, throws all the teas in the sink, and then leaves, and then Peter's just left there going like, what the fuck? What was that? So you're trying to have my tea, and Leva Bates going nuts on her librarian gimmick, taking it too seriously and having an epiphany and just going nuts.
Right.
So it was a weird segment. We went back to Cutler footage. We had the old Moxley, Omega, and Pac interaction. And this is a cool thing. So we have my boy Spears on Being the Elite this week with Tully backstage. And this is an interesting thing. I think it's setting up something. We're probably going to get these two in a match. So it's post-match with Moxley. Spears is going on to Tully, saying optimistic, saying, you know what, we're going to stay on course. You're right. I'll get better. Like, it's only going to go up from here, because you took that tough loss to John Moxley last week. Spears like, do you smell smoke? Like cigarettes? That's pretty ignorant to be smelling that in here in the locker room. And then they show Janela in like the shower sitting on a chair smoking a cigarette. And he gets up and walks by them, and he tosses the cigarette into Tully's Diet Pepsi. And then Tully starts getting mad, and he's trying to go after him. And Spears holds him back and goes, whoa, don't worry, man, don't worry. And they both just stare at Janela as he walks away. And I'm like,
This is how you build.
So Janela against Spears in the future. Okay, all right. I'm liking that. We get the BT mailbag. This is a huge BT mailbag. This went on forever, this segment. With Best Friends and Orange Cassidy. I didn't write a lot down, but they were basically like making fun of it. It was funny. They messed up the intro a bunch of times. They finally got it after multiple takes. The first question was about how they feel about the Young Bucks stealing their YouTube room service show. And Trent tried to chirp them, but they forgot that the Young Bucks edit the show, so they couldn't say too much what they wanted to say. What's that?
No, I'm laughing. It's just funny. Like, this whole segment was so funny. I was dying.
Then they had a question for Orange Cassidy. The question was, "What's it like?" And Orange Cassidy was like, It's good. Okay, next question. Some fan was letting him know that both best friends had their eyes shut in a fan photo.
Oh my god, that was great.
One asked Greg, who was actually Trent. They said, "When is Greg showing his feet?" And he goes on. He's like, "I'm not showing my feet. It's not happening."
I think the coleslaw one had me rolling.
Oh man, yeah.
Coleslaw.
He mentions that he rinses his coleslaw because he hates all the sauce. And they had a question for Orange Cassidy. He said, "Do you?" And he goes, "Sometimes."
Telling you.
This question got me. It was, how many Taylors could Chuck Taylor chuck if Chuck Taylor could chuck Taylors? And Taylor's with AI and the other Taylor with AY. And then Chuck's like, I don't know. He's like, I don't know. I don't care. And then they ask, is hot dog a sandwich? And they both said, like, we don't care about that. Like, good. What are they? I forget the guy's name. Like, good question, Nick, or whatever the guy's name was. And then they kind of cut out there. So very interesting BT mailbag this week. Definitely in a different direction. More Cutler footage. Hangman and Jake Hager fighting into the backstage area, and the rest of the main event run-ins near the end of the show last week. And then we were in the back locker room. Hangman confronts the Bucks again. He's all flustered and pissed off. Said, I was in the back this week with Hager. He beating the crap out of me to the back of the area, or beating the crap out of him to the back. And the Young Bucks bring up, like, man, that's 2 weeks in a row now that there was run-ins and you weren't there. Where were you? And he's not there for helping them. But Hangman brings up that, you know what? You were actually the ones to run in late, actually, this week. Just like he kind of points out that Young Bucks were very late to run in, and they really didn't do much. And then the Young Bucks bring up, they go like, well, are you mad at us? Or are you mad at yourself, Hangman? As they leave, and they leave him. He's like, what does that mean? He's very confused as they leave him there. So some more heat with the Young Bucks and Hangman, leading to what we were just saying. Yeah. So then we show the Young Bucks in the hallway. This is pretty funny. And they find MJF, and they let him know that, you were the highlight of the night when it came to saving Cody and all this, man. Good job. I know we have our differences, but good job. And Matt says, this whole time I figured you were a bad guy, but really, man, just a good guy. And MJF kind of just looks at the camera going, really? And he stands up and goes, well, I appreciate coming from you guys, but aren't you guys named Cody? No, didn't think so. Still don't give a shit about you. See ya. And he slaps them both in the face. That was good. That's good. I love MJF. He's good. And we end off with the Young Bucks and catering. This was interesting. Kenny comes to sit down after his dark match. He's all beaten and battered. The Young Bucks asks if he's okay. Kenny's like, should see the other guy. Matt apologizing on him and Nick's behalf for last week, the whole freak out. They didn't see that he went through the coffee table. They caught that in the replay, and they kind of freaked out at him beforehand. Kenny mentions that they're right. He hasn't been himself lately. His mind's been somewhere else. His record's affecting him too much, and he apologizes too. And but they're like, Matt and Nick kind of agreed. They're like, well, Kenny, you are right in one term. We're just getting started. They kind of both say it, and Kenny's like, no, guys, stop. You're like, you like it, really? They're like, yeah. And then Kenny kind of gets sentimental here, and he says, you know what, guys? No matter how bad things get, as long as all of us three were together, we'll get through it. And that's how we end off being the Elite. So
it was a long episode.
It was long, but that ending, man, that's like, they end off on a sentimental note. Interesting.
I'm glad we're still getting being the Elite. We get to see a lot of the back scenes plus the skits. It's great.
Mm-hmm. So.
Did you see the video with MJF dancing and Brandy caught him?
So do you not see my display picture on Twitter? I love that when he turned around and was like, oh, and I screenshotted that and made it my display picture. Oh man, it's great. Oh, sorry, a fire alarm's going off. My house must be close to Dynamite.
Oh God, here's some water.
My water. Some water.
Water.
Yeah.
New York accent.
Yeah, but that video, I watched it a billion times. Just him like dancing to somebody's watching me, and he spins around. He tries to do the spin around, he fails, but Brandy's there, and he just runs away. He goes, "Oh shit!"
But I like Brandy's like little laugh that made it more funnier. It's like it wasn't loud, but it was like a little like giggle from it, and I think that made it more.
That was the greatest video. That was so good.
Yeah.
That was so good. Anywho, guys, that's probably gonna do it for the pre-show today, guys. Thank you for tuning in for our AEW Dynamite pre-show. Hope you guys have. Oh, wait.
Oh wait, listen, don't start. Okay. Me and Kyle had a discussion.
Oh.
And we said, since we're very close to episode 50, it's crazy. I can't believe. Can you believe that we're almost 50 episodes in?
Yep. Nuts.
So we decided that we're gonna do a Q&A with you guys. So if you want to get to know me and Kyle, when we get closer, we'll put a tweet out, and then you can ask us questions.
Me, her.
So
Tiff knows more. We're gonna put a tweet out for that 50th episode, which will be probably next week, actually, it looks like. And it'll be just a Q&A between myself and Tiff. You guys get to know us more, ask us any questions you want, how we got into wrestling, favorite matches, favorite wrestlers, whatever you want. Basically, how we do our interviews, you guys interview us. So we're going to do that for our special 50th anniversary episode. So, but we celebrate anniversary episodes every episode, though. Like, this is our 48th anniversary. So
Happy anniversary, Kyle. I'm sorry.
I forgot. 40 episodes, right? It's a big deal.
Sorry.
I hope you guys have fun watching Dynamite tonight. We're about 50 minutes away from Dynamite tonight. Live from Philly, 5 huge matches. We just predicted and previewed them for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Make sure you're hitting like, commenting down below, and subscribing to the YouTube channel. We're dangerously close to 1,000 subscribers. Help us get to our goal of that.
What are we, like 24 away? Is
so
that
close. Something like that. We're so close.
Guys, help us get us to 1,000.
Yes. Anyways, guys, we'll be back on Friday for the review show. Friday, probably around noontime, here live on YouTube for the AEW Dynamite review show this week. And again, look out for the tweet starting probably on the weekend for our Q&A 50th anniversary show. Other than that, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this episode number 48, the AEP Dynamite pre-show, right here on the No Holds Barred Network, your source for all AEW content and more, and podcast content and more, sorry. I'm your host, as always, the CEO of the network, the at Real Kyle Masters, your self-proclaimed greatest host, and I'm always joined by my co-host. She is the EVP of Giggles, the Heartbreak Chick herself, Tiffany, the Indie Queen. Can't forget that. The Indie Queen herself, Tiffany. She's at Loves to Dream 82 on Twitter. I'm at Real Kyle Masters on Twitter. Guys, we will see you next time and this Friday for the review show of All Elite Wrestling's Dynamite. We'll see you later.
I don't know.